go ahead and begin our practice in a comfortable seat. So whatever feels best for you, crossing ankles, sitting on your heels, maybe even extending those legs out in front of you. Finding a nice long spine once we get there, resting our hands onto our legs or placing them onto our torso. Finding a connection to the body. Closing our eyes, settling in. Connecting to our breath. Begin to expand your inhale and your exhale. Finding your own rhythm. Maybe it's 3, 4, even 5 counts for inhale. And that same amount when you exhale. Keeping eyes closed, keeping breath going. Gently dropping our chin to our chest. Begin to circle to the right. All the way around the back. To the left. Back down to our chest. A few circles, nice and easy in that direction. You might find a spot, stay and breathe. Maybe your chin comes back to your chest. Let it hang for a moment. Reverse the circle. Have our chin arrives back to our chest. Let it hang for a moment. And as we lift it up, take a couple shoulder rolls. Start to blink the eyes open if you'd like, or keep them softly closed. We'll find seated cat and cows, hands on our knees or on our legs somewhere. And then as you inhale, begin to arch the spine, lifting your chin and chest. And as you exhale, cat back, curve the spine. Take that a few more times. Inhale, arch, lifting chin and chest. Exhaling, cat back. Arch. Now, cat. Begin to circle into the ribs. Moving all around. And circle other way. And coming back into the center, nice long spine. From here, we'll just lift those arms up as we inhale and exhale, side stretch to our right. You begin to warm up that wrist, circle, add arm circles, looking up or down. Circling other way. We'll inhale, reaching back up to the center. And take it to the left. Turn the wrist. Change the focus if you'd like. Add arm circles. Going other way. Inhale, coming back up. Finding our way to tabletop, transitioning. Once you arrive at tabletop, just making sure we're stacking fully shoulders over our wrists, hips over our knees. From here, we're going to step those left toes behind us and just begin to float that left leg. Think of reaching it out rather than up. We're going to balance, so start to reach those right fingertips forward, finding a long spine. Already begin to activate the core, hips and ribs knit together. Head is long, looking down, breathing here just like this for 5. Back to tabletop in 4. In 3, 2, and 1. Gently release, switching out. So right toes back first. You'll lift that leg, reaching out rather than up. Lengthen the low back. Left fingertips forward. Long spine, core engaged. Head long. Here for 5. For 4. Release in 3, 2, and 1. Gently return tabletop. Tucking our toes, hips up and back down dog. Stretch out. Depending on where our body is this early in our practice, feel free to take a deeper bend in your knees. Bring your feet and hands closer together. Or an option even to walk your hands further out to the sides to relax the shoulders from our ears. Stepping our feet up behind our wrists or wider to take our ragdoll at the top of our mat. Few more breaths if you want to switch your hands. And releasing them back down, we'll start to walk feet together. And chin is to our chest, knees soft, slowly rolling up. Legs can even walk, or hands can walk up the leg. Arriving to standing, rolling shoulders out of the ears. Lifting straight up, Tadasana, full breath in. Exhale, chest leads, knees can soften, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Stepping our left foot back as we fold, low lunge. Start to press out through that back heel. Bringing that back knee down, light in our left hand. Open up, twist. And release, crescent moon, float fingertips high or onto our front knee. Lifting chin and chest. We'll release, lift that back knee, quarter turn wide, forward fold. You want to add a chest expansion. Hands to low back, sliding down the leg. Turning back to our front feet together, top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana, reach up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Right foot stepping back as we fold, low lunge. Press out through that heel. Knee down, lighten our right fingertips, open twist, left arm. Release to crescent moon, hands to knee or floating up. Release back knee up, quarter turn wide, forward fold. Always can take that chest expansion or keep those hands down. Releasing our hands, turning to front foot, feet together, top of our mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Adding a little bit to Tadasana, reach up. Side stretch to your right. You can take that wrist over or release your arm. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, lift tall, goalpost the arms, engage the glutes, back bend. Inhale, stretch up, forward fold, halfway lift. Left foot back, low lunge. Right away, crescent moon, knee down, reaching up. We'll release, step back this time to high plank, long spine. Release both shins and knees to your mat. Shift forward just a little bit. On your exhale, start to lower chin, chest. Inhale, press straight back up. Tuck the toes, hips high, down dog. Inhaling, right leg high. Knee to nose, come through your lunge, top of our mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more inhale, Tadasana, side stretch left. Inhale, lift up to the right. Inhale, lift. Goalpost arms, baby back arch. Inhale, stretch, forward fold. Halfway lift. Right foot back, low lunge. Crescent moon, knee down, lift up. We'll release, step back, high plank. And releasing to both shins and knees. Shift forward slightly. Pin those elbows in, lowering about halfway. Inhale, press back up. Tuck the toes, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Knee to nose, move through lunge, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now as we fold here, feet can be totally together or separated slightly. We'll open arm twist, right fingertips up. Keeping our twist, start to bend both knees. Chair twist as we come up. Left arm forward, right arm back. Keep both knees and hips square to the front. Inhale, chair, square those shoulders. As we stand up, bring that left knee with us, one leg to Tadasana. Step back, warrior two. Adjust that stance, open out maybe a little bit wider. Reaching those arms out, shoulders relaxed. Keeping that bend in your front knee, just lift up, reverse warrior. Slowly start to straighten that leg. Find your reverse triangle. Nothing else moves as we straighten the leg. And now rebend that knee slowly, finding your reverse warrior. Nothing moves but that bend in our front knee. Inhale, straighten reverse triangle. And on our exhale, rebend that knee. From here, taking it to your extended side angle. Now the torso releases forward and down. If you're ready for a half bind, rolling that shoulder. Straighten the front leg, reverse triangle, lift everything up. Hands to front foot, low lunge. 3-leg down dog, right leg floating high. We'll keep floating that leg as we high plank. And then from here, just release that top of our right foot to the ground. See if you can start to bow your chest. So lifting your hips, hug your elbows and find your up dog right away. Left toes are tucked. Weight just a little bit on the top of our right foot. Pull those hips up, untuck those right toes, high plank, and press back down dog. Inhale, look forward, walk, step, float, top of our mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, open twist, left arm. Both knees bend, chair twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Knees and hips are square to the front. Inhale, chair, shoulders square. Standing up, bringing our right knee with us, one leg Tadasana. Stepping back to our warrior two. Feel free to widen that stance, adjust the legs. Open arms out, shoulders relaxed. Finding our bend into our front knee. Just lifting up the chest, reverse warrior. Now straightening the leg, reverse triangle, nothing else moves. And again, bending that front knee, reverse warrior. Again, inhale, stretch. On our next exhale, bending that front knee, then adding the torso, reaching out and down, extended side angle. You can add your half binds if you're ready. Everything straightens up, reverse triangle. Hands cartwheel, front foot, low lunge. 3-leg down dog, left leg high. Now holding that left leg as we high plank. From here, just release that left top of our foot and start to bow your hips forward, lifting your chin and chest, hovering your knees off the mat. Squeeze your elbows in. Right toes are tucked, top of our left foot. Then lift your hips up on top of those left toes. Press back down, dog. Inhale, look forward, walk, step, float, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Open twist, right arm. Chair twist, coming up. Option to bring hands to heart center if that feels better for you this second time. Whether you stay up or bring that elbow towards your knee. Maybe squaring off chair. Standing tall, left knee comes with. We're gonna add our eagles. Cross that left knee over. Left elbow coming underneath. Noise, if you wanna just focus on your arms, or maybe just kind of settling in here, feel free to take those legs back into your chair. Just finding those eagle arms. Take a couple more breaths. Start to straighten your right knee to stand you up, then draw that left knee to our chest, unwinding the arms, hug the elbows to the ears, reaching up. And stepping back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Straighten that leg, reverse triangle. Rebend the knee. One more time, reverse triangle. Bending the knee, then extend its side ankle. And as you come forward, check in that knee, didn't go past the ankle. Straight up and down, or a little bit behind if you need. Reverse triangle, one more stretch up. Hands cartwheel, front foot, low lunge. 3-leg down dog, setting that leg up. Holding that leg as we high plank. You can take the same thing we did earlier, just floating those toes down, bowing, or start to hug your elbows in, finding a chaturanga with that leg floating. Then release as you stretch to your up dog. We'll tuck our toes, high plank, and down dog. Inhale, look forward, walk, step, float, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, open twist, left arm. Chair twist, coming up. Hands can be together, elbow to knee, or keep reaching arms out. And square to the front chair, right knee comes with one leg Tadasana. Eagle legs, eagle arms, right elbows underneath, crossing that right knee over. Or again, you can come back into your chair if you prefer. Have a long, steady breath. Start by straightening that left leg, then bringing our right knee in, unwinding the arms, elbows by the ears. Stepping back, warrior two. As we settle in, lifting our chest, reverse warrior. Then straightening that leg, reverse triangle. Re-bending the knee. One more time, stretching leg. Knee bends, then extended side angle. As we come forward again, make sure that knee doesn't go past our ankle. Straight up and down, or a little bit behind. Release, reverse triangle. Hands cartwheel, front foot, low lunge. 3-leg down dog, left leg high. As we come towards our high plank, you can take the same thing from earlier and just float that leg, release those toes and lift up right away. Or hold it, hug those elbows in, start to lower. Release the leg. Taking our up dog, we'll all tuck our toes, high plank, and press back down dog. Please bow a round or two of breath here. Now we'll inhale, sending our right leg high. Knee to nose, cat back. Inhale, reach up. Bring it through, low lunge. High crescent lunge, reaching tall. Hands to heart center, we'll take revolve crescent. So twisting, bringing that elbow to our knee. Now know that we're gonna move out of this pose. So sometimes when we start to come into it, we really start to take all the weight forward and down, just kind of sink into that front arm and leg. So it's hard to come back up and out of it. So strong base in the leg. So even if your elbow makes connection with your knee, it's just touching. We're not bearing much weight in that arm. You're really holding yourself in your legs and in your spine and your core. Almost like a paper could be underneath your left elbow. If you prefer to come to your back knee, maybe deepen that left hip flexor stretch. Anyways, wherever we are, we're going to release to our standing splits. Hands come down, rock the weight forward. Think of that back leg reaching out, then up, keeping that leg more straight behind us. Leg we're standing on can be bent or straight. We'll start to bend that top knee in to take our fold, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And crouch and curl, nose to knee, round your spine. From our crouch and curl, you can take it into your garland, opening those knees out, heels lifted and fold. You can step those feet further out, finding a yogi squat. Just a couple breaths, letting knees and hips open. Stretching those legs, bringing our feet back together to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana. And drawing hands into heart center. And we're going to start to lift that left knee up towards our chest. So we're going to kind of work through a little bit of balancing, but a little bit of core work here at the same time. So I like to think of it as warrior 3 crunches. So we're going to start to kick that left leg back like we would in our airplane or that standing splits we were just in. Think of our chest being parallel to the floor and focus down. Now from here, almost like your Tadasana, reach your arms out. Now you have a nice long spine here. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to try to slowly draw that left knee in and draw our elbows in. Find a little curve in your spine. Back, back. Keep your head looking down. Focus to our mat. And then inhale, stretching back, back. Exhale, slowly draw those elbows and knee in. Now the leg that we're standing on can be slightly bent. You kind of think of keeping a little bit of softness in that knee. That allows you to find an even deeper curve and cat back. Think of it like when we're on our mats in our swimmer's pose. Inhale, lengthening out. Exhale, drawing everything in. Maybe try 2, 3 more at your own pace. And then yogis, we're gonna meet in our warrior 1. Those left toes and heels touching down, taking a little weight out of that front foot. Bringing our right thumb on top. Straightening those elbows if we can, shoulders down. Lifting chin to chest, bending into our front knee. Then humble warrior, coming forward and on the inside. Hands to low back. If we release our legs, rise up, warrior one. We'll open a little bit wider, warrior two. Now fully straightening that front knee, hips pull back, triangle, reaching forward and down. Be light in that bottom hand. If our fingertips are touching, we're pressing our arm on the inside. Or if you want to be up a little bit higher to help protect the low back. Really pull our right hip back and start to reach that right arm forward, left arm up. Make those ribs, core engaged. Might be less of a stretch in the hamstrings, so if you wanted to take it deeper pose, you can be lower down or more core, being up. Find a little softness in that front knee, and then start to fully bend it. Reverse warrior, reach up. Hands to front foot, low lunge. Now from here, we're just gonna step back up into our crouch and curl, rounding the spine. Now yogis, you can take a couple breaths here and hang out. We haven't done a lot on our hands. We're gonna work a little bit of crow here if you'd like in a variation. So planting our hands out in front of us. We're gonna think of doing the same thing we did, those warrior three crunches, but here on our mat. So hands are out, we're gonna soften our elbows a little bit to lift our hips up, to bring those knees to the arm. Weight in both hands and both feet. Little bit of a tap back, but looking out in front of us. And then root down in your right foot. Keep your right foot on the ground and see if you can just lift those left toes. Nothing else changes, but float those toes back, touch the ground, and use your core to lift that knee up, squeeze it back in and touch down. So similar to what we did standing, but now arms are gonna stay and you're on that right foot, you're just using your left leg. Tapping out, back in. You can try that a couple times, elbows bent. If you want to just stay or just take a little bit of weight forward and not release any feet. Maybe try 3 to 4 more breaths wherever you are with the crouch. Taking a little bit of lift or you're stepping back. And then wherever we are, we'll all step back, finding our down dogs. If you want to flow a true chaturanga, feel free to take it. From our down dogs, inhaling our left leg high. Knee to nose, cat back. Inhale, reach up. Step it through, low lunge. High crescent lunge, lifting top. Taking revolved crescents, again, as we twist and come forward, rather than taking all the way down and releasing, holding ourselves up, steady in the leg, just touching that elbow to our knee. Want that deeper stretch, or it helps you to come down. Unwind standing splits, forward, rock up. Think of that lunge, floating your legs straight out. Then we can start to lift it up. Little softness, bend in the leg we're standing on. Fully bending that right knee in to bring our feet together. To take that crouch and curl, second pass at garland or your yogi squat. Re-straightening our legs, bringing our feet back together, halfway lift. Folding forward, rising up to Tadasana. Hands into our heart center. We'll shift our weight to our left foot. Start to bring our right knee into our chest. We're gonna move into those warrior three crunches. So slowly begin to kick that right leg back, chest coming forward. And as we come forward, a little softness in that standing leg. Knees slightly bent, then reaching those fingertips out. Inhale, when you're ready, exhale, draw your elbows straighted. Draw that right knee and pat back if you can a little bit. Inhale, stretching out. Exhale, curling it in. Again, the more that you can think about engaging that core, squeezing everything in together, and then lengthening out. Head is long, focus stays down, that won't change. Might feel wobbly, you might fall out of it, and that's okay. Just ease your way back in. You have a lot more time here, 3 to 4 more breaths. And then whenever you need to, when you're ready, stepping our right toes and heels down, warrior one. Take weight into that back leg, so a little bit out of our front leg. Left hand, thumb on top, shoulders down, trying to straighten our elbows. Lifting chin and chest. And then coming forward, humble warrior. Hands to low back. As they release, rise up, warrior one. And opening wider, warrior two. Fully straightening our left leg, triangle. Hips kick back, especially that left side. Reaching out and down. Light in that bottom hand, whether fingertips are on the ground, on the leg, or on the inside. Again, you can be here, or maybe be up higher, floating that left arm out. In which case, really let that right hip release. Down. Choosing whichever one you want. To be going further down, more core activation. Slowly soften, then fully bend our knee, reverse warrior. Hands cartwheel the front foot. We're going to come back up to that crouching curl. He's working in that other side for that variation of our crow. Again, if you just want to hang out in crouching curl, we'll reach those hands forward, slightly bending our elbows, lifting our hips up, connecting our knees towards our arms, bringing our focus on our chest looking out. You can be here or keep that weight in your left foot and in your hands. Just start to lift that right toe and knee up. Kick those toes, touch it back. Squeeze it in to come back down. Lifting up to kick back. Squeeze in and down. Again, nothing else is going to change in the body or the other leg. It's just that right leg. Lifting, touch back. Squeeze it in. Again, notice you can play around with that. You can stay just a little bit of weight in both hands and feet. Or fully release in a crouch and curl. Maybe try another pass or two. And then we'll all step back to our high plank down dog, or you can flow chaturanga. Nice From this down dog here, we're going to move into a little bit of our pigeon and our runner's lunge. So sending our right leg high, draw that right knee to the outside of our right arm for runner's lunge. Come down to your back knee. You can add a quad stretch if you'd like. We'll begin to come up to both hands. We'll tuck our back toes, lifting that knee. Keep that stance wide. And then open arm twist, right arm to the ceiling. Maybe even try to reach that hand behind us or take a half bind. Kind of relax your hips maybe down a little bit more, but keeping that knee up. We'll unwind that right hand. We're going to shift open, coming through to a side lunge in that back leg. So bending into our left knee, that right leg out. And then we'll keep turning towards the back to take our runner's lunge. So walking our left foot out. Drop down if you like. Keep your quad stretched here. Bring both hands right underneath us. We'll lift that back knee. Keep that stance wide and open twist left arm. Or maybe start to reach behind us, relax the shoulder or half bind. You can drop those hips to keep that knee up. Unwind. We'll start to turn to the side. And then finding that side lunge, bending into our right knee, stretching left leg out. Continuing to turn back to the original front. We'll step back right away down dog. And then we'll send our left leg up. We'll bring that left knee towards our left wrist to come to pigeon. Make sure that ankle's towards the right. Maybe lift up, pick that back heel. Back a little more. Start to come down. You can add that quad stretch here. We'll start to come up. We're going to take this into a fallen star. So we're going to plant those hands. You'll tuck those back toes, lifting our knee up. And then we're going to lift up that back and then swing that left leg through to open up to fallen star. If you want to start to bend both knees, turning on both feet. Try to press those hips up, a little bit more of a back bend. From our back bend and our fallen stars, unwind, sending that left leg back up. Shake it out. Releasing into our down dog. We'll switch our right leg up. Knee towards our right wrist, ankle towards the left wrist. Coming down. Kick those back heels a little bit further away. Settling into your pigeon here. Add that quad stretch if you like. A little lift in the chest. And start to come back up. Take that fallen star, so tuck those left toes, start to lift our hips, squeeze that right in, kicking that foot out, fallen star, open up to the side, or spin on those feet, bending both knees, pressing those hips up. From our back bend side, unwinding, stretching right leg back up. Shake it out, taking our last down dog. Knees will release to our shins. Then sinking our hips to our heels. We're going to take a little bit of a moving into our kneeling camel. So if this is uncomfortable on your knees, feel free to just take a seat. Otherwise, you can be right here. Or if a hero's pose is okay for you, you're going to actually kind of rock forward, kick your heels out. And then you're going to start to sink your hips back down. You're going to try to one at a time slide your calf out. You can start to sit towards the ground. That might be a lot on either knees or hips. If anything is feeling slightly uncomfortable or a big sensation, modify. You can be seated right on top or just take that seat. And then wherever we are, we're going to reach our arms forward, straight out. We're going to try to engage the core, a little bit of engagement in the glutes, and just start to lean your chest back. Almost like you were against a wall, and the wall just started to lean. So we're not just taking our chest, our upper back, but we're taking the whole torso and leaning back. So those arms are helping to counter, engage your core. So we're not just taking it in the low back. A little bit of glute activation. Whether you're seated there or you're in your hero's pose, that can be even harder. If you're taking a comfortable seat, you can even kind of let your feet stretch out if that feels better for you, but a long spine rather than curving. Two or three more breaths. And slowly come up. Hero's pose, you can start to bring those feet back underneath you. Seated, we're all going to come up to our shins and knees. Any pressure on the knees, you can roll your mat underneath you, a little extra support, or you can stay down this time, hips on your heels. We're going to move to that kneeling camel. So we're going to keep that core engaged, slight engagement in the glute. From here, one hand at a time to our low back. And gently press our hips forward, stay stacked over knees, lifting our chin and chest, looking towards the ceiling. If you know you can take this further, if your back feels ready for it, tucking your toes, maybe reaching one hand down or both. If you want to start to let that head go, if hands are on the heels. You slowly lift your chin towards the ceiling, one hand at a time at your low back. To ease you straight up first. Then untucking our toes, we can melt those hips down to our heels, hands on the legs, soften the eyes. And the eyes can a little bit bigger, stretching our legs out in front. Especially if we were on them the whole time. Give them a little bit of a shake, rub up and down on the quads. We'll take our happy baby, but we're going to take it seated. So you can either take just a bound angle pose and fold there. You want to take more traditional seated happy baby. You're going to try for your yogi toe lock, leaning back. You can just kind of lift one and the other, stretch it out. Start to take both legs out to the sides, back in. Yogis will take a fold here, so you can choose to be in that bound angle pose and folding forward, or you can take it seated wide, forward fold, stretching your legs out, folding there, stack your fists or forearms. Slowly sitting themselves up, legs stretching out in front. We'll hug our right knee into our chest, sitting up tall. We'll take an easy twist, wrapping our left hand around. You can either just interlace your hands, just twist here. If it feels better, to release that right arm behind you. Unwinding, we'll switch our legs, left knee coming in, right arm wrapping around the leg. Again, we can clasp hands and stay here, or release that left hand behind us. Back to the front legs out, reaching fingertips forward. Start to curve the spine, cat back, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Coming into your inversion of choice. You want to move to knees to chest, legs up the wall, shoulder stand, or take it to a plow. We've done quite a bit of knees towards our chest. So maybe you're taking a version of a plow, staying in flow, stretching the leg. Play around with one leg up, one leg down. Begin to come out of your inversion to take a final twist. Nice and easy, legs falling to one side. Here, think more about trying to relax the shoulders, the jaw, the head and neck, and the upper body. You think about relaxing your hips. Sometimes we actually start to clench and kind of hold a little bit more in that twist. Help flutter that top knee a couple times. You're ready to use an exhale to bring the legs through the middle to go the other way. Soft shoulder, head, jaw, upper body. Bring the hips. And maybe flutter that top knee a couple times. Always using an exhale to bring everything back in. Feel free to take a long stretch before your Shavasana. Maybe draw those knees in low. But wherever you are, take another inhale, fill up even more. And fully release, exhale. Releasing our breath, releasing our body. Give yourself these next 10 to 15 breaths. Just be in stillness. If and when the mind wanders, we acknowledge whatever thoughts come up for a breath, and then let them go on the next breath. Draw your attention into the body, how it feels right now. Draw your attention to your breath. Take a couple open mouth exhale. Sigh it out, hear it, feel it. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana. If you prefer to be in another posture, we take these final breaths together. Placing one hand on your heart center, one hand on your low belly. Once you arrive in your posture of choice, make that connection to your body. And connecting to our breath one more time. Gently exhaling everything out. Inhale. And exhale. Yogis, just as you are, to you and for you. Namaste. Yogis.